Alright, I will open Claude Code and I'll paste a list of LinkedIn profiles and type analyze this LinkedIn profiles and write me a personalized connection request I would actually send. Now, Claude Code opens each LinkedIn profile in my browser, goes through their 4 to 5 recent posts, understand what they are talking about, and draft a hyper personalized connection request message that shows genuine interest and increases acceptance rate for me. And it doesn't stop there. You can also ask it to write a personalized outreach message around your offer. So you're not sending the same copy-paste pitch to everyone. Now, the result is a message that feels genuine, starts better conversation, and gives people a reason to reply. Until now, if you tell Claude to do the same thing, it would either give you incomplete information or tell you it couldn't access the internet. But now, using this GitHub repo, Claude Code can now access LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, and other social media platforms and pulls data in real time. The best part about this setup is it's completely free and you don't have to pay for expensive API keys. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to set this up on your machine for yourself, and it only takes few minutes. Now, I have divided this video into 4 phases. By the end of phase 4, you'll have this exact same thing running on your machine. So without any further ado, let's get started with the phase 1. Now, before we install it, let me quickly show you what it actually does. Because it's not just another scraper or API tool, and once you see how it works, the setup will take a lot more sense. Let's get into it. Now, the name of this repo is Agent Reach. Right now, it's #1 trending repo on GitHub. What you are really getting is internet access inside your coding agent to Instagram, Reddit, X, LinkedIn, YouTube, and over 15 different platforms it can read from. And it's not just limited to Claude Code. It even works with Antigravity, Cursor, OpenClaw, pretty much any coding agent that can run a terminal command. That's basically it. You give your agent access to these platforms and it can finally go out and get the information for you. Now, there are a few things that you need to be careful about before you install this repo. So watch this next part very, very carefully, because if you miss even one of these steps, you could run into a problem while using it. Let's get into the phase 2. Now let me show you how to install it. First of all, make sure you have a Node.js installed on your computer. If you have used Claude Code, Antigravity, or Cursor before, you likely already have it. If not, open your coding agent and simply type install Node.js on my computer and it will set it up for you automatically. Now once that step is clear, open the GitHub repo from the link in the description, scroll down a little and copy this command. Come back to Claude Code, paste it and wait for a few minutes while Claude Code installs everything for you. Now, once the installation is complete, it will ask you to install a Chrome extension called OpenCLI. Now go ahead and install it. This extension is what gives Repo the browser access so that it can access all the other platforms. And remember to keep Chrome open in the background while running your commands, because Agent Reach connects directly to your active browser session. This is the step I was talking about. Agent Reach might install successfully, but it won't actually work. So make sure you install the extension before moving on. So there is one more important thing for you to keep in mind. Whenever your coding agent accesses these platforms, it is doing it through your browsing session. So instead of using a personal account, I'd recommend creating a separate account just for this. Now that way, if anything ever gets flagged, your main account stays completely safe. Alright, as the setup is done, I want to see what it can actually do for us. So I'm going to give it 3 tasks that Claude Code couldn't perform on its own. So I'll start with Instagram, then I'll go to LinkedIn, and then Reddit as well. So let's see what it can do. So the first use case is, I want to analyze the latest 5 posts from this creator's Instagram account. Now I'll copy the Instagram handle, I'll paste it into Claude Code and ask it to analyze the latest 5 posts. Now let's see what happens. Alright, now Claude Code has gone through all 5 posts and gave me a complete breakdown. Now let's take it a step further. I can ask it to transcribe one of the reels and generate 5 new hooks inspired by it. Insane. Now for the transcription, Claude Code uses an open source speech to text model called OpenAI Whisper. And this is just one simple example. Once you start experimenting with it, you'll realize you can build much more advanced workflows on top of this. Now Instagram is probably the easy one. A lot of tools can actually pull data from Instagram. But things get interesting when we actually go to LinkedIn. It's much more locked down and a lot of tools struggle to actually get anything useful out of it. So let's actually do a real test on that and let's see if Agent Reach can do something for us. Now I'll come to Claude Code and I'll type find me AI engineer jobs posted on LinkedIn in the last 24 hours. Now, Claude Code is going to access LinkedIn through my browser, but one important thing before we continue, I'm not using my personal LinkedIn account for this. I've created a separate account just for testing, so even if it gets restricted or banned, my main account stays safe. And now there we go. We have a list of AI engineer jobs posted on LinkedIn in last 24 hours. Now, if you want more results, you can simply increase the time range. But job search is just one use case. You can ask it to draft personalized connection requests, write comments, summarize your LinkedIn feed, and much more. You can even ask Claude Code, what can I do with LinkedIn using agent reach, and it will generate a list of use cases you can start using right away. So Instagram and LinkedIn works really well now. Now in both cases, we were actually pulling information that was already there, but Reddit is different. Here we are going through hundreds of real conversations and figuring out what people actually like, what they hate, and what they are asking for. And if you are building a product, this is probably the one you'll keep coming back to for sure. Let's dive into it. All right, to test it, I am going to type use agent reach on Reddit to analyze what people are saying about Claude in r/artificial intelligence, and please extract overall brand sentiment, top 3 features, I'm pasting it, top 3 user complaints, frustrations, and actionable takeaways for my content and marketing strategy. Again, and once we hit enter, Claude Code is accessing Reddit in real time. It scans through subreddit, finds the common discussions, and gives me a complete summary in just few seconds. Now, as you can see, here are the results. Now, this is much faster than going through dozens of posts manually. Just the way I have taken the examples of Claude, you can do it for any product and see what people are talking about it. Reddit is absolute gold mine if you're looking for startup ideas, so definitely worth a try. Now, what you do with it is completely up to you. You can paste a YouTube video URL, pulls the transcript, and turn that one YouTube into 10 different content ideas. You can ask it to write a LinkedIn post, you can turn it into X thread, or even you can repurpose it for any platform that you are posting on. And if you're using Claude Code skills, you can combine them with agent reach to build much more advanced workflows. Now, that's where I think agent reach gets really interesting. And it's not just a tool that you use inside a coding agent, it's building block for creating your own AI systems. So now go back to that LinkedIn workflow that I showed you at the start. Now that's not just a demo anymore. You can actually build a real automation around that and run it by yourself. Now that was agent reach. Your coding agent going from completely blind to the internet to actually being able to read social media platforms in real time for completely free. So once you have got that working, don't stop at the examples I showed in this video. Think about what you can actually build with it. Maybe it can be a research agent. Maybe it's a lead generation system. Maybe it's a product or service you can sell to clients. That's where the repo gets really interesting. But there's one thing that you need to think about once you start building this. The moment your agent starts browsing the internet on its own, you are not running one prompt anymore. It could be running dozens of them in the background. And if you're using Fable 5, that cost actually adds up pretty quickly. Now, Fable 5 is still the most strongest model of Claude and it gives the best output. But I actually tested one more model that saves your cost, but still gives you similar results. And I think sometimes a lot more better results than Fable 5. And the best part, half the cost of what Fable 5 cost. So if you're planning to build something like this model actually make a lot more sense. I broke down the full comparison between the two in another video, the output, the cost, which one I'd actually use. So don't forget to check it out after this video. You will see it somewhere here. Now, don't forget to tell me what you will build with agent reach next in the comment section. And if you're actually interested in learning about the practical use cases of AI, don't forget to subscribe this channel because we are going to be dropping more such applications for you in next coming videos. So I'll see you with the next one. Bye-bye.